Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Welcome back to the main account. Welcome to a new recording session that has a theme. So I'm going to say this at the beginning of every single video. This video is being uploaded, or from this game is being uploaded, no matter how it goes. And we're going to do that this entire play session. So from this video, in this play session, we may play 8 games. All 8, in theory, are going to be uploaded. The only way I won't upload it, obviously, because there is some caveats, like if it is literally just a waste of time, I won't, but that doesn't mean a loss. If it's like a troll running it down on my team, then it won't be uploaded, because like that's just not fun to watch. But pretty much win or loss, if it's a game that has any capacity to it, it'll be uploaded. Yes. I don't want to take obviously taunt level 1 unless it's a guaranteed kill. We didn't blind pick Shen. There was just a very small chance it could have been Gragas or Udyr top, because there is a dedicated Udyr player base in top lane. I guessed it was Gragas though, but to be honest, I think Shen is actually good against both of these picks, so it works quite well. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They have Kai'Sa, which is scary. Ziggs isn't that scary. We've got Mel. She has been nerfed, but we'll see how that goes. Also, Zed has also been nerfed too. So a few of our champions are still being played, but they have been nerfed. Aurelia is going to Q on him straight away, which is the right thing to do because Ziggs has no defense. So look at that health difference. Okay, she has taken a bit of bonus damage there, but not bad. So what we want to do in this lane is play confident. If a Gragas is allowed to play confident, they actually can be really annoying. But if you kind of walk into the lane going, you're not going to come here, you actually can throw a Gragas off, in my experience. And obviously, he's gone the phase rush, so he is just waiting to get a bit of mana regen, and then his whole thing, and I've done it a fair amount, is going to be doing the eventual tactic of get cooldown, when phase rush is available, proc it, with your easy 3 abilities, and then run away. So it's not the most healthy playstyle you could say, but it's what people do. He didn't know what to do there. Alright, we're gonna just stack this up. Don't know what the Gragas is doing. I don't know if this is a top laner. Now you can see my wave, that's bad. My wave has gone into the tower completely. Look how quickly this is pushing, by the way. Nice. She just killed the Ziggs. Bad. Again, I'm not a really big fan of Senna at all. She seems to be pretty bad nowadays. To be fair, she was kind of overpowered for quite a long time. Oh yeah, I've got a funny story to tell, potentially. So I went this morning to a place called CEX, which is basically predominantly a used video game store here in the UK. But you can go trade in your old video games. You don't get the best money for them, obviously, but otherwise you're selling them on eBay, and that can take a long time, and then you've got to ship them. So there is partial convenience involved. And I went there with an old PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 4 Pro that has literally been sitting in a cupboard probably for about, well, as long as I've had a PS5. Oh, this bot lane is just running it down. Damn, bro. Not sure what they're doing. So yeah, I all my PS4 games I kind of got rid of. So I did okay. I'll know by this afternoon if I get exactly the money, because obviously they've got to take all the hardware stuff and actually test it all. But with the console, the games that I gave, a few controllers, I should be getting about 280 quid, which I just thought was pretty good, to be honest. I did take store credit because that's where they get you. If you do store credit, well, then they're making money because you're going to buy something from the store. Obviously, if you take the cash price, you get a lot less. I think it was either 250 odd quid or like £170 cash. I was like, oh, I'll take the store credit. I'm just, and it's more just making room, getting rid of things we don't need. And if for those are like, what are you going to buy with that credit? So up there, I have shown it here or there. Hello, Mr. Sven. 106 months. Holy moly, that's a long time. Thank you very much, Mr. Sven. But up there, I've got a classic Game Boy kind of collection. Some people may have seen it before, but I've got like Pokemon Red, you know, and all that stuff. Yellow, Ruby, Sapphire, Silver, Gold, all that stuff. I'm missing 2. I'm missing Emerald. This Senna is just eating. But yeah, I'm missing Emerald and Crystal. Hilariously, the 2 most expensive ones. What? That was some plays. But yeah, I can basically use the credit to, in essence, get Pokemon Crystal. Which I'm fairly happy about. But then also, continuing the story, a very angry homeless man came in when I was kind of Yeah, I don't think this guy's a top laner. What are you doing? I genuinely don't know what that was about. Never going to be a kill. He thinks this guy's auto-filled, and that's fine. Okay, see that this Senna has played really bad, by the way? He's 0-3 already. See that everything she's doing is just a little bit off? She's pinging, I'm going to come to the objective, Void Grubs. They're a minute away. They're literally a minute away, and she's running here. That is really badly misty timed. Yeah, you know, you feel sorry for them, obviously, but he was being really irate and really angry. They actually had to say, you know, we might have to call the police here. And he did calm down a bit. But in essence, he bought a phone from there because they do sell, like, used phones and stuff. And, he thinks that they did him in, and they didn't... Oh, I hate it. They didn't give him the right cable. They did give him the right cable. He just doesn't understand. They literally plugged it in front of him and was like, it's charging. And then he was like, oh, it's the wrong cable. It's like, what? Didn't make any sense, but, you know. Sucks that Udyr came top, but it is what it is. I ulted the Aurelia, by the way, there in hopes that I would have given her a shield. Then she could have done something big with it, but she didn't. It's fine. But he doesn't have flash. Where's the Zed? Oh, he's just doing the objective. God, this Senna is really bad. Sucks that we've got this Senna. If we didn't have this Senna, honestly, this game would be a lot more winnable. She is really dropping the ball being 0-5. 0-4. Like, damn. We got all 3 grubs, which that's good. Take the silver lining in a not great situation. Obviously, Udyr is a relatively free champion. Most Udyrs get fed for free. But what they struggle with sometimes is they can get fed pretty much in every game, but how useful are they as the game progresses? That seems to be Udyr's problem. Because again, he's just very one-dimensional. And like, there's kind of 2 camps of one-dimensional champions. There's one-dimensional champs like Master Yi that are always a nightmare to deal with. And there's one-dimensional champs like Udyr that, I don't know, they seem to kind of fall away as the game progresses. Okay, my damage, I will say, as Shen, probably a little bit too high, and I'm fine to admit that. See, I think it's healthier when players who play champs, that, you know, they might be a bit too strong, admit when their own champion is a little bit too strong. I did that with Anivia, I've done that with Shen, but obviously the average person that one-tricks or mains, and obviously I don't even one-trick or really main that much, but the average person that does it would never admit that their champion is strong. Yeah, that was a moment in that trading in those video games and stuff. Like, you know, I will say I live, how do I say, a very, you'd say, sheltered life, in the fact that, like, I haven't experienced violence in a very long time and all this stuff. It does make you kind of, I don't know, you get a little bit tingly about what is this guy gonna do. And I didn't like it because, like, the two people that were serving were both women, and I was very close to say something. I didn't. I'm not going to pretend that I did. I didn't. I mean, I helped with my ulti, but there's 4 people there. Zed got the steal, by the way, so that's really good on the Zed. Gragas stopped my ulti with his ult. The enemy team just seems a little bit more, like, on the ball, if you will. Like, they're grouping, they're wanting to play together. Obviously, it doesn't help that the enemy has got a very good fed bot lane and we have a 0-5 bot lane. That's not fantastic. Probably pay attention to my lane opponent. Just doesn't seem great. And he's very gankable, this Gragas, because he's playing so over what he probably should be. He didn't get that plate. He should have probably stayed around the area to get the plate. But he didn't. I got Titanic. That will give me the wave clear that I need. So a little tip on Shen. Taunt, obviously, will help you get to lane quicker because it's a form of dash, but don't taunt back to your lane when your ultimate is up. And you're like, what? So when your ultimate is up, at any moment, you might need to use your ult. And if you've just used taunt getting back to lane, you then don't have ulti to help your, like, ulti into taunt is what obviously you want to do. If you've used the taunt randomly, that's obviously not the best situation. So my advice is, if you've got ulti up, never use taunt just to travel. Also, Archangel on Gragas. See, this is what I felt like. I think this Gragas, if I had to guess, is an autofilled mid lane player. He kind of gives me those vibes. Udo's just so obnoxiously fed. And it's that combination that he does dumb damage for no reason, and then he's really tanky. And Udo needs to be nerfed, but I don't know. He's kind of one of those champions that Riot just seems to ignore. But the good thing is he's actually pretty fed, and he, in my experience, Udo's aren't the best carry in the game. That's really bad. Senna just got solo killed by a Zig. Zig shouldn't really be killing anybody solo. That's not really what that champion... Well, Ziggs has very little individual strength. That's a little bit worrying. Nice. So I walked in there, by the way, on... The hell? Why did you take red? You're 0 and 5. Oh, Kaiser's here too. Alright, we got the tower. That gets us feat of strength, by the way. So we actually got feat of strength this game, which is kind of insane. Oh, Aurelia misplayed that. We got the kill with Ignite at least, and the only thing I'd say, the saving grace for this game, he also bought a Magi, which is really cocky. That kind of tells me this is probably an Udyr one trick. They're two people that are the most fed. Udyr and Ziggs are not the best carries at all. So, potentially winnable. I know some fight items aren't the best, but I think I'm going to go this. The enemy team is so heavy AP. Like, even Kaiser, she's a hybrid champion. She does a lot of AP damage. Why am my team not just going straight there? Surely Udyr is on it. Didn't kill Udyr. Kill the Udyr. He bought a Magi, the cookie bum. Aurelia's not here. Dude, enemy team's grouping as 5 and Aurelia's just bot lane. Aurelia's gone bot lane in a lane that there's no tower. Doesn't make sense. Damn. And I'm happy with how we're playing at the very least. It's just we're not playing well as a team. And like, we do have this Senna that just seems really bad. He just hasn't adjusted her play at all and just fed like crazy. 0-7 is really bad. Really bad. I've got proper TP. I think I would actually TP if I need to. Because like Infernal Dragon is really important. I don't have anything amazing to TP onto though. Oh, that would, I guess. They're doing. Mel hasn't gone back though, so Mel's got very little mana or anything. Yeah, there's no point. Again, in theory, Senna's one of the champions that really shouldn't feed more than most champions in the game. It's a very safe champion overall. Oh, keep forgetting about this Gragas because he just hasn't made an impact on me yet. Been very lackluster. And she towered over him and survived. Kind of insane. I don't think we should be doing this because I think honestly we're going to have a bunch of people here. Alright, we should do the objective. Oh, they actually did base. She got the tier 2 by the way. That's pretty good going off the Aurelia. And that got, even if the enemy team was around this area, they all had to go back to go deal with the Aurelia. Art still did cross my mind this game, but I just don't think I'm going to get to stack it a lot. Because like the whole thing of Gragas, like you're not really allowed to hit him. He hits you with his E priority and then he runs away with Phase Rush, so it's like how am I even going to stack it? Udyr is so cocky. Right, always good to kill him because he's got Magi's, so... Alright, I've still got proper TP. So I'll go back to top. Ulti obviously is now 2 minutes on the way, but I'm going to go push this in. Gragas can't really do anything to me solo. I think I know that, and the thing is, I think he knows that too deep down. I think his build has been a bit weird. Like, Seraph's obviously is more of a survival item. So he's built a survival item as Gragas top. I don't think you should be buying a survival item for Gragas top lane, personally. Is your shop live? I don't know. I know it's coming out this patch, but I don't know officially know when it's out. This is the thing, right? My team's making a trap. The fact that the minions are pushed all the way this tier 2 should tell the enemy that my team is, like, waiting. Put a ward down! Kill him. Dude, there was no useful wards for me there for a lot of that fight. Which was unfortunate. Miss! Jesus Christ! No, my passive. I was trying to make it back to there. Oh, dude, my team. The Senna's just not playing well. If the Senna put down a ward in the fight, oh my god, it would have been better. She didn't even put anything down. Oh, god damn. That was so close. I mean, they're all low. We should hard force this. If they could get that, that would be sick, by the way. Oh! Then ulti! Oh. And then she's misplayed it. Where's Aurelia? Aurelia's just mid. This game's an absolute... Kill the Udyr. Kill the Udyr. Kill him. There's so much misplay. There's so much misplay. Go! In! In. Oh. Kill him. Kill the bum. Zed just inted! No, we can't win with this team! Oh, this team is so bad. 2-8 Zed, 0-8 Zed, and what can I do? I can't do nothing. Again, it's going to be a video. That's the thing, it'll be a video. I'm really happy with how I've played, and that sometimes is all you can do. Damn, bro. You really, I don't know about you guys, when you're 200 on LP plus in Master, you expect better people than this Senna and this Zed. Especially the Senna. She has done nothing good this game. The Zed's done a couple good things. Like, he's got, like, that Dragon Steel he did. Like, the Zed has done some good things. The Senna's done nothing. Really annoying. You don't expect anything from League players. I mean, that's probably a good attitude to have in general, but, like, I do expect something from, like, 200-300 LP Master players, you know? Badge. Hello, Cheapers. I need to back off because there's going to probably be an Udyr here. They're trying to kill the Gragas. They don't kill him, though. And they committed 3 people bot lane, and they don't even kill the Gragas. Not good. They're just going to do Baron, aren't they? What I would do. if you've just seen 3 people bot lane to go for your Gragas. Is that just based? Oh my god.
Immediately.
Can't make it up. What? What? Ah, that was painful. Exhibit. Literally, he just based when it was an obvious Baron by the enemy team. You need to kill him. Please, thank you. That was actually terrible by the Udyr, by the way. Because the Udyr is fairly fed, but him running it down doesn't make any sense. Yeah, dead. Damn. Only so much I can do. I hope Udyr doesn't become a stable top laner. Udyr is a really unhealthy champion, so I hope he doesn't become a stable top laner. They need to punish this. They have to. Dude, Ziggs is level 17. That's a fed Ziggs. Does show even a champion like Ziggs can carry. One of our problems, I'd say, this game definitely as well, is just the XP. So Gragas has just gained a bit of XP on me, but we've been tied. Level 14, level 16, level 15, level 17, level 14, level 16 Kai'Sa. That's big. My God, man. Oh, ay, 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 ay.
So I go.
Again, we'll take the positive. I'm happy with how I played. And I, you know, if I didn't play as well, I think we would have got stomped way more this game, to be honest. Because at least we had a winning kind of top lane, and I got involved, and I did ultis, and I helped. If that didn't happen, we would have been hard stomped even more. So, you know, I'll take that as a positive first game of the day. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but the first game of the day, you can kind of get a gauge of, like, am I playing good today? And I'd say after this game, yeah, I'm happy with how I played. Udyr has run it down a lot. Big. We need to do dragon from that. Oh, this Gragas is so bad. I really wish we could have beaten this Gragas, because like he's been really poor in general. That was a good fight, but again, it did stem from what we've had a lot this game, is that was just a really cocky Udyr over. The Udyr literally ran into the tower here to try and kill the Aurelia, so it's just, again, we've had it a lot that this Udyr has been immensely cocky. And he's been punished quite a lot for it, but he's still giga fed. I'm level 16, unending, that's a good item because these fights are going quite long, so unending will tick up a fair amount. Potentially I should have gone bot lane, I just realised, because I should be going opposite to the next objective. And the next objective is Baron. Do not like that Gragas build. Not in top lane. Again, like I said earlier, if I had to guess, this guy's probably a mid lane player. Oh well. That's Zigzag. Why did he just Zigzag? I'm gonna not buy Thornmail next. Thornmail's not worth completing. Cause like, it's a magic resist item next for sure. I'd probably Thon. Kempo, 44 months with Prime, says, good day, fellas. Hello, hello. They might be all just bushwalking. Kind of looks like that's what they were doing. This is the advantage, hopefully, of Shen. If my team doesn't get caught before the objective, at least, I can push this up. Okay, they're actually going to go for it. Wasn't good. That's my team. What can I do? That wasn't good. Aurelia kind of mucked up quite badly there. So yeah, we tried. We really did, but it just wasn't winnable in the end. I think just a bit too much early game feeding, especially from the Senna. She was like, they're both 11 deaths. Zed's deaths ramped up a lot more into mid game. Senna just fed the whole early game. So it's like, what can you do when she's just given them so much gold? So, first game of the day, we tried. I am happy with how I played, at least. And sometimes you're not going to win them all. Your teammates sometimes suck. No matter what rating you're in, that's a true statement in every single rank. And unfortunately, we got this Senna, especially. So, it happens. We will have a little look at some of those accounts, though, because some of them, they do make you raise your eyebrow, going, how the hell are you here? So yeah, we'll have a little look. But at the positive, I'm happy with how I played. So let's have a look. So the Gragas was not a top lane player. Actually an AD carry player, and then mid lane as their secondary. It's kind of like you can guess by the way that they play and the way that they build. Hilariously, his recent match history has been a bit more top lane, but he's not playing like a top laner. He didn't do any wave manipulation. His build is not a top lane centric build. So you can kind of spot that from a mile away. The Udyr is an Udyr one trick, because of course it is. The Senna is an AD carry main. So an auto-filled, or technically it may not be auto-filled, it could be their secondary role, but it's an AD carry player not on AD carry. But we went 868, 29.3k damage. Highest damage on my team, by the way. And we actually come in third place on damage done to the Ziggs, who did 48,000, then Kaiser at 38. Then it's me. I did a lot more than even the Gragas. Like, as I said, we played good. We really played good this game. It was just an unwinnable game for me, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm not a big fan, and I've said this many times. If someone said to me, all right, one team's got an AD carry bot lane and one team has got a mage or something, what do I think is going to win? The AD carry. The League of Legends as an entity, as a game, is designed that the AD carry is the carry. Like, yes, there are things that can kill an AD carry, but the core fundamental of League of Legends is that AD carry is the main character. And if you don't have an AD carry in your main character slot, I don't give you the advantage. And some people say, you've got a Senna. That's not an AD carry. She doesn't have the DPS of an AD carry. So, unfortunate, but it is what it is. The Mel, by the way, so they are an AD player, by the look of it. They do main bot lane. They have 740 games of Mel, and their next champion is 240 Samira games and 165 Zeri games. So they do play some AD carries, but their main is Mel. And I don't know. I just wouldn't replace an AD carry with a mage. For the most part, I don't think mages have been that good, especially compared to AD carry strength. But anyway, still an overall good game. If you guys enjoyed, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Welcome to the Rift, where the legends play. It's HuzzyGames bringing skill every day. From tips to tricks and play so fine. You'll learn the game and have a good time. Thanks for watching, you're the real MVP. Hit that like and sub, join the family tree. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep the Huzzy dream alive. Tune in on Twitch, it's the place to be. HuzzyGames live, come hang with me. So hit that bell, don't miss a thing. Thanks for the love, you're making me sing.